Okay. Welcome to What's Niggling Me. Today I'm gonna read two things and then I'm gonna rant. The Nakba is an ethnic cleansing of Palestinian Arabs through the violent displacement and dispossession of land, property, and belongings, along with the destruction of their society and suppression of their culture, identity, political rights, and national aspirations. The term is used to describe the events of the 1948 Palestinian War in Mandatory Palestine, as well as the ongoing persecution and displacement of Palestinians by Israel. As a whole, it covers the fracturing of Palestinian society and the long-running rejection of the right to return for Palestine refugees and their descendants. Now, April 1st. This is not an April Fool's joke from April 1st. In Gaza, human shields are used by Israeli soldiers at least 6 times a day. The officer who says he served with the Israeli army for 9 months wrote anonymously for Haaretz, an Israeli newspaper, on Sunday. According to the article, Israeli soldiers routinely force Palestinian civilians to enter Gaza homes ahead of military operations to ensure that no explosives or combatants are there. This procedure is known for the codename Mosquito Protocol, which the officer first came across in December 2023, 2 months after Israel launched its devastating onslaught in Gaza. Now, Donald Trump. Michael Rappaport used to call Donald Trump Dick Stain Donald. Donald Trump is better for the culture than the Democrats and liberals at this current time in history. The foreign policy, the allegiance, not even allegiance. I knew this was going to happen. And I said it right after October 7th. Everyone needs to get out of Palestine or you're dead. They're gonna fucking slaughter all of you. Donald Trump repeatedly showed his love for Israel. I've known Donald Trump has loved Israel longer than the majority of people. People still... It was insane when people kept calling him a Nazi. How is Donald Trump a Nazi? But yet, for all these fucking years, the news and the Democrats kept calling him a fucking Nazi when he loves Israel. His mentor is Roy Cohen. Donald Trump has had an affinity for Israel for 50 fucking years. Probably more. Yet he was fucking called a Nazi constantly. His biggest donor is Miriam Adelson. Her husband, huge donor, before he died, for Donald Trump in his first election. He loves Bibi Netanyahu. He's gonna do everything. He's gonna let Bibi Netanyahu do whatever the fuck he wants. They are fucking slaughtering people over there. And what do the majority of the Canadian and fucking American people complain about? Elon Musk and Donald Trump. They're slaughtering people in the Middle East, slaughtering them. Israel is slaughtering people in the Middle East with America's weapons. The majority, there's fucking like 194, 195 fucking countries in the world. None of them support fucking Israel doing what they're doing, except for the United fucking States and losers in fucking Canada, Zionists. Fucking Zionists. It is fucking insane to constantly be yapping about Elon Musk when he's not murdering anybody. And Benjamin Netanyahu has been salivating at the slaughter of fucking Palestinians. He doesn't give a fuck about Arabs. He yaps. It is so gross. The allegiance for Israel. They are racists. When one race believes that they are superior to the others, that means they're a fucking racist. Jewish people believe that. Zionist Israeli people believe that they are the chosen ones by God. And they are trying to just get back their promised land. They're racists. They're terrorists and racists. That is what Israel is. Not Israel as a whole. The Zionists leading it. Our government fucking sucks. In Canada, the United States, their government fucking sucks. The amount of Zionists in there is fucking insane. And then the amount of Peter Thiel fucking people in there are fucking insane. The people running the world are fucking insane. These people don't consider the majority of the population equals. Donald Trump doesn't want to be president for money. I still believe Donald Trump wants to go down in history. Now, the only time I could relate, I understood that was like athletes. A lot of mindsets of, I want to go down in history, the best to do it, you know? So then I look at Donald Trump, and he loves sports. And this guy would love to have like his face on the Mount Rushmore. He wants to go down in the history books. But bruh, you're aiding Benjamin fucking whatever the fuck his real last name is, Milchowski, something. Fucking changed to Netanyahu. You're letting this guy slaughter Arabs. And then you're arresting people that tell the truth about Israelis, that tell the truth about the Zionists and their quest to expand land and slaughter Arabs. One more acre, one more goat. Like mowing the grass. Hannibal Directive. The Israeli government are sick fucks. It's the fucking truth. I could get 0 fucking views on here and I don't care. Because I'm going to post it in multiple spots. It should be fucking noted. What is the fucking date? April 2nd, 2025. The Israeli government and all the Zionists are in support of slaughtering Arabs and taking their land. It's fucking disgusting. Trump wants a 3rd term. You think you're getting a fucking 3rd term? You're letting Netanyahu slaughter Arabs that are sealed off by a fucking fence and AI programmed turrets from Peter Thiel's technology. Palantir. I'm fucking disgusted. I'm fucking disgusted with the innocent death. It is obviously unrealistic to have the Miss Universe, world peace, hope. But slaughtering innocent people is fucking dumb. I hate it. In my life, millions of Arabs have been slaughtered by the United States and Israel. That's a fact. How many terrorists have you got that you say they're terrorists? Not charged and found guilty in court. How many assumed terrorists have the United States and Israel killed in my life? How many innocent? Wonder what that ratio is. The cost of war. It's fucking disgusting. Disgusting. I didn't even light my fucking joint because I'm fucking disgusted. Gotta grab my ashtray. Unfucking believable. This guy wants to go for a third term. I don't think that's part of Peter Thiel's plan. I know Peter Thiel wants J.D. Vance in there for 8 years. Peter Thiel's global dominance plan scares me more than fucking Elon Musk. Elon Musk doesn't even want to be on this planet. Wow. What am I seeing? Oh. Something that niggles me. Small. Is the Ashton Hall guy. Guy who fucking dunks his face in water and rubs his face with a banana peel. Who's clearly on fucking steroids. Another liver king. Putting this garbage out like, oh, do this shit and you can look like me. False hope. You're a fucking liar. Ashton Hall, another fucking shitty fucking. The reason I don't care about fucking the fitness community, it's full of gay influencers. I don't care for that shit. Honestly, fucking dumb. Being on steroids and telling people you can look like this if you do this is a fucking lie. You're a fucking sellout. Garbage. Garbage. Ashton Hall is a fucking liar. He doesn't look like that from that gay shit he fucking posts on his Instagram. He fucking sticks a needle in his ass. And he fucking had to lift fucking heavy. He doesn't do no fucking HIIT fucking workouts. The guy and rub a banana peel on his fucking face and look like that. The guy has shot so many needles in himself to look like that. So if you believe that you can look like that, you fell for his lie. Like the Liver King. This fucking loser, Ashton Hall, is like the Liver King. Too many things pissing me off that I see. And Donald, what you allow in the Middle East angers me greatly. I see China, Korea, and Japan are teaming up against the United States because of the tariffs. Good. Nobody here in Canada, it's insane. Nobody here in Canada, because they're all sheep. The majority of them all fucking got vaxxed and got boosted because they're sheep. They don't say anything about China. The Canadians don't say anything about China and Xi Jinping's tariffs. They say nothing. China with slave labor and putting tariffs on us. Canadians only complain about Trump and Elon because they're fucking followers, sheep. We live in a hilarious fucking country of sheep. I watch them all fucking go get vaccinated, line up to go get vaccine boosted, following what the government fucking tells them, because they believe, the majority of Canadians believe, the government has their best interest. A joke. If Trump goes and takes out Iran, it's gonna take a lot. Japan's a big fucking country. And there's a lot of people there. If Trump goes and does to Iran what they did to Iraq under Bush, I'm gonna be on here every day. I'm gonna be on YouTube and Rumble every day. Stop fucking the Middle East up. The CIA is the reason they have the government they do. I watched the whole fucking White House hearing. Not White House. Special committee on the JFK assassination. I watched it. The one Morley guy is good. I forget what his name is. James Morley. Maybe it's James Morley. I can't think. And then the other guy with Oliver Stone. Oliver Stone's old. Props to him, but also props to him. He's in a tough line of work, the film business. My biggest issue with watching an hour and a half or something it was, is not once was an Israeli person or Israel brought up. I don't even know if Jack Rubenstein's name was mentioned. I don't think Jack Rubenstein's name was mentioned. That seems shady. And I know Oliver Stone is willing to talk about the Israelis. I've heard him talk about them. But in that hearing, not one mention of Israel. Seemed very suspicious. It was all on the CIA, which is insane to blame your own intelligence and not foreign intelligence. Insane. But it was nice to see, because maybe, you know, the uninformed might like be surprised that the CIA had 198 page report on Lee Harvey Oswald that started 4 years before the JFK assassination. So that lone gunman, the CIA had been checking his mail, wiretapping him, got photos of him over a 4-year period before he supposedly killed JFK. That sounds like some shitty fucking agency, doesn't it? It's a pretty shitty agency to have been tailing a person for 4 years and then he kills the president. That's the facts they're giving us. Well, really not much from that interview or hearing. It was not good. I know more than that fucking thing. Like, I don't know. Can I say I wasted an hour and a half? Israel's gonna take all of Gaza and call it Israel. That's crazy. Up next, West Bank and Iran. And I really think they would like to have Yemen if possible, but I think Saudi Arabia will probably get Yemen. If I was Saudi Arabia, I'd be fucking speaking up. Israel's taking all these countries. They let a terrorist run Syria. The guy that was on the terrorist watch list became Syria's leader. The United States says that's a good idea for some reason. Ted Cruz is holding a hearing on Boeing. We'll see who speaks in that. I'll really think it's probably a waste of time, but maybe I'll watch it. If anyone important is in that hearing, they're gonna die after. Like the other person. I think 2 people. I'm pretty sure 2 whistleblowers for Boeing got killed. OpenAI, that Indian guy got killed. For sure, assassinated. In my opinion, I think 1,000%. The Indian guy that was whistleblowing on OpenAI was murdered in his apartment. That's what it looks like to me. There's no way. Too much blood all over the place in that apartment to have gotten shot in the fucking face. Like a fucking barrel in his mouth. From what it seemed like to me. He got shot in the head twice. One of them was a barrel in the mouth, I'm pretty sure. There's burn marks inside his mouth. Pretty fucking insane. Why isn't that on the fucking mainstream news? Why isn't Rachel Maddow fucking talking about that? The Indian guy for $1 billion company that was blowing the whistle on it was murdered before he could testify. And they called it a suicide. Despite getting shot in the face 2 fucking times. And 1 in the mouth. Blood all around the apartment. Doesn't really make sense to me. Trump's 3rd term. What else I got going on? Ooh, Virginia Giuffre. Let me refresh this and see what's going on with her. I hate this headline. This headline's insane. And I saw it everywhere yesterday. Prince Andrew accuser, Virginia Giuffre, says she's in hospital after car crash with a school bus. Accuser. Prince Andrew made a settlement payment to her. So yeah, she accused him and he settled out of court for reportedly what I seen like the most is $13 million. And if it was $1 million, why would you settle for $1 million when you can hire the best lawyers in the world? If someone accused you of rape, wouldn't you want to fight that and clear your name? Not Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew paid her a settlement. So I don't believe she's just accuser. She's a victim of Epstein and Prince Andrew. That's why I say, fuck the royal family and fuck King Charles. I don't give a fuck about the monarchy. Man, it's gonna be a disaster of headlines. I already see this one. Like, I ain't click on it. I'm not giving it this fucking stupid fucking outlet and one fucking view. Police confirm details about in brackets, minor crash linked to Epstein accuser Virginia Giuffre. Wow. Accuser is insane. Fucking insane. I'll put it in my title because all the news outlets are disgusting, calling her just an accuser. I don't know what it's going to be, what the title is specifically going to be. Accuser. Actually a victim, you know, like, and they call her an accuser. It's so gross. That's gross. Everyone using the same fucking gay headline. What else we got? Anything? See if I screenshotted anything. I'm not seeing anything specifically. Anything I got here needs more research in my screenshots usually. What else we got here? Probably hasn't even been long, but I needed to express my frustrations. How much it niggles me what Mr. Netanyahu does. He loves it, and it's fucking sick. I watched Andrew Schultz go on the pivot, and I might have said on here, I said it to my brother maybe. I know I was saying it somewhere. That Ryan Clark had a dumb take. It didn't. It was. He had a dumb take about Andrew Schultz off the bat before. About Andrew Schultz's joke, and then made it public, and you could tell he didn't know who Andrew Schultz was at all. Like he's never seen anything about him. Like never seen him at all. Like so it was a dumb take. Like I've watched a bunch of Andrew Schultz shit, so just knowing him that way, it was a dumb take by Ryan Clark. And then Andrew Schultz goes on the pivot, Channing Crowder, Fred Taylor, and Ryan Clark. And Andrew Schultz is a smart person, like he's an intelligent person, like he's a book smart person. So, and went to school like for psychology, so he's a smart person, or like his mind, and he did well on there. He did well. I don't think anybody that watched it, that even went in bitter and maybe wanted to see him get like pressed. I think everyone could agree like that's what should be happening in the world. sit down and we'll air it out and we'll talk it out. Instead of just hating a person that you don't get along with or disagree with. Why can't you have a discussion? Air it out. Understand the other person's perspective, where the person is coming from, that shit. Instead of just constant attacks. Have a discussion. Try and understand, the other point of view. And also clips, text. Then you don't get any context. So having a long form discussion is the best way. Not a debate, like a presidential debate, political debate. That's garbage. That's structure shit. You should just sit down with the person and talk about whatever the things you disagree on, and then find points where you can agree, hopefully. But see where the other person's coming from. Sit down for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it is. But going text, tweets, that's fucking dumb. I can't handle it. Makes me go crazy fucking trying to text a fuckload. You can't get your point across, and that's why I'm here. Trump's pardoning people. I need fucking water. Trump's pardoning people. Trump, man, you're killing me. And today we get reciprocal tariffs. I don't know. Who knows what's going to be going on. I'll say, if Trump puts harsh tariffs on Canada and keeps them all month, Pierre Poilievre will have a better chance to win. And if Trump takes those tariffs off or doesn't put any tariffs on right now, today, I can look at my crypto account and I can tell you if there's tariffs or not. If there's no, or if there's a ton of tariffs, or if there's no tariffs, that means Mark Carney must have made some arrangement, and whoa. Things are shooting. I wonder what that means. Seen there's a uptick on the charts. We don't know yet. What was I talking about? Who knows? Tariffs. No tariffs. Means Mark Carney made an agreement with Trump or whatever, and the Canadians are like, oh, he can get along with Trump or whatever. Donald Trump has a lot of sway on how this election goes here in Canada. I heard yesterday Maxime Bernier is going to join Pierre Poilievre But then I see this 21 hours ago from him. My Twitter's on that phone. But He's talking shit about both of them. What's the word? No, look at all this French shit, man. I don't know what that says. I heard maybe he's joining Pierre. And if he does, I'll be in full support. Huh. I don't know. I gotta vote for Pierre Polyev. Because we need to stop. We need to stop what's going on in this country and the direction the culture is going. We need to stop it. It's gotta stop. A bunch of things need to stop. And I've mentioned tons of them throughout all these episodes. Trans healthcare, that's what they call it. It's giving kids hormones and letting them get their boobs cut off. There's no minimum age requirement for that in Canada. I believe, I'm not looking at it regularly, but the last time I looked is to get a dick or get your dick cut off, you had to be 18. But I don't know if maybe you can get that done at 16 with parental consent. I don't fucking know. But I know 1000% there's no minimum requirement for getting your boobs cut off. And there's no minimum age requirement for getting your kid on hormones, getting your little boy that thinks he's a girl for some reason to start giving him estrogen and make sure that he doesn't hit male puberty so he can be an effeminate boy. Or you get your little girl on testosterone so her voice is gonna deepen and her jaw is gonna come more pronounced. She's gonna grow facial hair. If you want your little girl to do that, in Canada there's no minimum age. Fucking weird, but that's our government. There are people pushing to have, if you have depression and anxiety, you can kill yourself. The government will legally kill you. You just get in a pod and they'll kill you. Which I think when they started it, it was for people in hospice, stage 4 cancer and stuff, and they didn't want to suffer any longer. But to let people with depression and anxiety fucking kill themselves, I don't think there's a word for how insane that person is. And people, because there's people, they've tried twice. And they're going to try again. They're also trying to get it so mature minors can kill themselves, which is a person that gets emancipated. So all you need is the influence from a doctor to sign off. You get influence from a doctor that, hey, like, you can go and get yourself emancipated if you want to kill yourself instead of waiting till 18. And our population is declining, and we're encouraging killing yourself and making sure you can never have kids. If you do any of that, if you transition from a guy to a girl, you can't have babies. And if you're a girl and you become a guy, you don't have sperm. You can't have babies. So our country is already declining with like a 1.3 birth rate per household. The two fucking people can't even, gotta be pretty fucking well off to be having 3 kids. Yeah, our affordability in this country has gone to shit. We have no economic growth here. So our population is declining, yet we're encouraging people not to have kids. So then we just bring a bunch of people from other countries with other cultures from thousands of kilometers away, and make them citizens. Then our population can go up because more taxes. You know what I mean? The government needs taxes for their budget. They need taxes from people. So what do? You just bring over more people, and they'll work and pay taxes. Who cares about Canadian families? If you look at the last 10 years, look at every fucking chart. That's the Canadian policies, and look at the results. That's the country we live in. The Justin Trudeau government, with Chrystia Freeland as the finance minister. She's spent the money well, clearly. And whose grandfather was the chief editor for a newspaper for the Nazis during World War II for 6 years. And then for some reason got to move here to Alberta and change his last name from Comiac to Freeland. And his granddaughter was the finance minister. And if you look at the economy over the time she was the finance minister, it's hilarious that she has any job at all. You should be fired. Not resign, fired. Justin Trudeau, funded by the Bronfman family, the family that made tons of money during Prohibition. Started the Mega Group, study group, and the Liberal Party. Fuck yeah, they did a real good job. Mark Carney, zero trust. He did a bad job in England with the bank during Brexit. Numbers are there. They're hilarious. Ask anybody in the UK about Mark Carney, and they don't like what he did, and they're happy he's gone. He did okay during the recession that America caused. In a way, he did okay when he was the Bank of Canada there. I don't know who the person was in charge that sold all of our gold in the early 2000s for bonds that are garbage. Nobody does bonds anymore for a reason. Our country has zero gold in the bank. No gold reserves. I hope that person doesn't have a job. Whoever decided to sell all of our gold. COVID. Holy shit. Our government froze people's bank accounts and put them in jail for saying they don't want to be forced to be vaccinated. Not even vaccinated, because that shit ain't a fucking vaccine. For an experimental shot. People were tired of being controlled by our government that forced people to have to fucking wear a mask in their fucking stores, closing fucking stores. There was no study that showed masks work at all. They don't work. There's studies that show that masks don't work. And there is no study for social distancing that shows it works at all. None. They lied and said it came from a fucking pangolin in a Chinese wet market. Liars. Our government, Dr. Tam, fucking liars. Like no liberal government. No more. No more. They're trash. What am I gonna see with the tariffs? What's gonna happen in the next day? I'll let you know. Deuces. It's noon exactly. Trippy.